Hey guys, so this is another Who to Summon video, and this time around we have three must-haves, but there's two of them that actually made to my top 10 of 2023. So yeah, these two monster contenders that we have here, it's gonna be hard to choose between these two for sure. If you have that choice, I actually have all these matched out, but still. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna help you out in actually choosing which one of these you should be focusing on. But let's talk about first about the new hero, which I already did an update video on her. And I think she's actually pretty good. A few players are gonna be hating on her, but no, she is pretty powerful hero if you use her correctly and you give her the love that she needs, because she has very low defense, so she needs a good weapon. She needs her badges, because that's gonna lower the amount of damage that she receives from weaker elements. She usually is gonna be murdered by Artemis, in other words, so you need to have a plan to make sure that she survives. So if she survives and there's a healer on the team, she's gonna do the exact same thing as Molly, preventing the life, and if it's +5, converting that life into extra damage or damage in general there. So you can at +5, you're able to make a team around her. That's what I've seen there, but we're just scratching the surface of what type of heroes she can actually be used on defense. Because not a lot of people are testing her on defense, and if they start releasing heroes that actually create stones every single turn on defense, and she may just be the first step into a future of nightmares with defense heroes that's gonna screw up the stones of the enemy. So yeah, very powerful possibilities and a very powerful hero. I did read a complaint that she's problematic with shields, but I mean, you have Raphael in yellow, so I don't really understand that one. Imagine breaking shields with Raphael and lowering the actual mana that the enemy has with Haley in that situation. So yeah, you're breaking shields, you're killing them, and you're not letting them like go off as much as possible. So yeah, she does have a place in yellow, and you're actually able to do a team, as I said, around her at +5. So yeah, a very powerful hero, and I actually do recommend you to get as much Realms heroes as possible, because this game is quickly turning into everybody has a Realm hero on defense that is both that is an enemy and also a team realm user. So you need as many as possible to be able to counter that on PvP. So she's definitely one of those heroes that's going to help you out doing that. Now, this monster of a hero, Agony, is finally back. I know a few guys in Apex that don't have this guy maxed out, and now this is their chance to actually get this monster of a hero on their teams. So Agony has been a terror. I mean, a terror on this game ever since he was released. Even this, I've seen this guy at +0, +1 on very powerful defenses, but him at +1, and still he's destroying the enemy, even at such low levels. The guy, I mean, stuns for 2 freaking turns. It's a enemy realm user. It's gonna counterattack the realm of the enemy in that situation. So yeah, and at +5, it's freaking disgusting. This guy reviving anybody, and if somebody gets revived, they get stunned for 2 turns. That's the biggest yeah, that is this freaking disgusting. I've seen so many fights, so many players lose just because they try to kill somebody, they get stunned, and then the rest of the heroes just fill up the life again. And yeah, it's the end. It's the end there. And if you put his weapon and you put him next to a hero that gives him crit and crit damage on a color red that has crit right off the bat with resonance, this guy can easily one-shot. You heard me. One-shot 2 heroes at the same time, hence Gillian, hence Gwendolyn. Both of them actually open the doors for him to one-shot enemies in that situation. So, very powerful hero, pretty disgusting, and a very important key part of the red team, which is plaguing the game in PvP for sure. yeah, he's definitely a very powerful hero, and no doubt very worthy of the top 10 of 2023, as I already mentioned. Now for Apollo is he actually got a higher score than Agony in my top 10 for a very good reason, because there's a time in Yellow in which it was before Apollo and then after Apollo. Ever since Apollo has been released, Yellow was revolutionized, completely changed. I mean, Yellow was like almost an unusable color in the past. Now with Apollo, you're able to create stones, dispel, create shields for your own team, immunity to freaking Belnos, which at that time was a plague everywhere in the entire freaking game. So yeah, Apollo revolutionized, as I said, revolutionized Yellow, and made the color relevant again. He made Yellow great again. So yeah, Apollo, even if plus freaking 0, people, whoever gets Apollo will notice the difference in their game. Because, stone creation is one of the most powerful abilities in the entire game, and this guy does that every single freaking turn with his realm. I mean, yeah. And countering Agony with using Yellow, you have to have Apollo. If not, you're toast. Well, versus Agony, so you have to have Apollo. And if you get your Apollo at plus freaking 5, you'll be able to make the Yellow hero that is more to the left of your team. To most of the time, it's 50% chance. Most of the time, well, it's the same amount of probability, but most of the time you're going to notice that your left hero is going to get mana by 100%. So I like to use it with Arthur, but there's other ways. You can actually put it on even the same Apollo there. And he gets to go off almost every single turn. Usually you're going to see that on defense, him on the far left, and he's going to go off over and over and over again there. And also you do have to take into account that him at plus 5 also gives 30% crit chance and 60% crit damage. So that's going to power up him and other heroes that are next to him in that situation. So yeah, very, very, very powerful hero. I mean, yeah, even at plus freaking 0, guys, in that situation. However, every realm hero, including Agony, including Apollo, I do recommend to get them at plus 1 to get the realm right off the bat. But both of these heroes are super powerful, even at plus freaking 0. That's for sure. So now let's talk about the 4 stars real quick here. As I said before, I love Clara. She's fast, but usually she's not used very much. But I'm a big fan of her. She's fast. She's going to lower the defense, and it's going to help your other team members actually destroy that specific target in that situation. So I do like her for sure. Dylan, I love his character design, but he's not exactly like breaking everything. I mean, yeah, I don't really recommend you to focus on him because he's slow. He doesn't do a lot of damage, and the only thing that he does is prevent healing. So yeah, no, not recommended, guys. All right, so Belle, there is uses for Belle actually. Belle is one of the first heroes that were released in the game, and if you get her weapon, she does perform a lot better. However, the only real use that you're going to use on her is specific events or stages in the game that you have to hit a specific target a bunch of times. Because she actually hits, let's see, enemy 8 times. Oh, apparently they lower the amount of times that she actually hits there. Interesting. So apparently the new devs changed her, but still, 8 times is a bunch of times still. So that's going to help you out with events and things like that. In the past, I think she was hitting people 13 times, 14 times, or things like that. But in events in which you in events, there's like a if the enemy has a shield and you have to hit them like 10, 15 or so times or something like that for the shield to break and for you to actually be able to eliminate that enemy. So that's going to be very useful in that situation. But outside of that, I've tested Belle in many different ways, and no, she's not very useful in other situations. But Serapis could be a key hero in your infinite team if you don't have Alden. If you don't have Alden, you need Serapis. I mean, there's no way around it. So for sure, guys, if you want to check that out, check out my Infinite Team videos, specifically the one for Abigail, and other ones that I've made, so you can actually see what exactly I'm talking about. So Serapis is an amazing user. You need one that is red and another one that is green. And Serapis is a 4-star, replacing Alden is amazing in the Infinite Team. Now, let's talk about these two finally. And Edda, I mean, yeah, no. Ever since she was released, I mean, 128% damage and cleanses. So a cleanser and does no damage. No, that's not enough for yellow, guys. You have better options for cleansing for sure. Now, Callisto is another story. I usually use Callisto on my second yellow team because she does give this buff to all yellow heroes by 43%, and that is very relevant to be able to eliminate the enemy. So highly recommend it. If you don't have Arthur and non in that situation, you are going to need this hero for sure on your second team or on your main team if you don't have Arthur or non in that situation, because this boost changes your game for sure. Even the heroes that usually don't do a lot of damage, she is going to make it happen for sure, guys, for sure. Now let's talk about let's go to my recommendation specifically. So which one do I recommend you to get? Let's imagine that you don't have any of these heroes here. So I highly recommend in this situation is to get Apollo. Why? Because Apollo, I mean, Realm user, without him, your yellow team is not going to do very well at all. I guarantee So yeah, this guy with Zeus together, he will give you all the mana you need for your entire freaking fight and do so many things to make you win. Is not even funny. So yeah, if you don't have Apollo, you can't at this point you can't play yellow properly. So highly recommend to get Apollo first for sure. Number one option in this situation. Now the second option here is definitely Agony. I mean, Agony, he is one of the most annoying heroes in the entire freaking game. Super fun to play with. At +5, like, yeah, he's a freaking terror on defense, attack, whatever you need. He's there for you. He'll do everything, anything for you in that situation. So, highly recommend to get Agony as the second choice here. And then, of course, the new hero, Haley. Sadly, she is a very powerful hero. She will prevent the healing and all that good stuff. However, between these two, definitely Agony is the best choice here. But that doesn't mean that Haley doesn't have a place. She will have the enemy realm that you actually need and a bunch of different things in that situation. But the problem is that her awakenings are so focused on defense, specifically the +1 and the +5, that yeah, I definitely have to give the win for Agony for sure. But let's see what the future holds. Who knows if we'll get more heroes that can actually do these types of things, creating stones on when they're put on defense. Now for the 4 stars, the number one option of all the 4 stars here, that's definitely going to be Callisto, guys. Callisto, if you don't have a buff hero, you need this hero. There's no way around it. So if you're summoned to try to get Apollo and you get Callisto, be happy, because that's going to change your game a lot in that situation. But I really do hope that you actually get Apollo. And now the second option of all these 4 stars, it's definitely going to be Serapis. Serapis, yeah, if you don't have Alden, this guy is a monster on the Infinite Team. Highly recommend to get this guy and upgrade it. And probably the third option, it's not a really strong hero, but still it's the better one of this bunch. It's Clara for sure. Fast hero, lowering defense, and all that good stuff. Yeah, she's not very popular. Most people don't like her, but I like her, and she is a really nice hero for your any team you have, because she's gonna lower the defense in that situation. But just make sure to target the specific enemy that you're lowering the attack with there. I mean the defense there. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.